Hello Exile and welcome back to Before You Buy. So if Darkseer is our gritty, realistic set for the League, then Fateweaver is quite literally a warframe. And while this is a fun departure from our usual aesthetics, I don't think it's without fault. And there's just a couple things I want to break down first before you guys take the plunge with this one. First up, certain design elements feel out of place on this model. Let's focus for a second just on the torso of the chest armor, this area here. I find this specific area of the armor doesn't mesh well with the rest. It's hard for me to tell what the material the designer was going for. It looks to me like some kind of biotic or semi-biotic flesh mixed in with the cloth and metal, extending down to the stomach and up to the shoulders with those weird pad-looking petals that peel away from the neck. I'm genuinely curious as to what the designer was going for here, as it feels like these elements are somewhat out of place on what would otherwise be a very regal model. But again, it's hard to tell, and that leads me into my second point. The textures on the armor are too busy and muddied. The textures lack the strong lines and color definition needed to be readable at a distance, much less up close. I honestly thought this was just me at first, but when cross-compared with other supporter packs from the last year, something about Fateweaver's chest just feels low resolution. That combined with the heavy use of lighting, and it's a little bit of a mess to look at. I don't think this completely sidelines what the armor was going for, however. It's still quite possible to weave it into several very creative combos. My favorite way to use the body armor is this Fire Phoenix one. The oranges all match very nicely, and it's a decent switch up from the constant Holy Citizens combos you're going to get with anything of this color palette. Sunspire's full set acts as a great alternative to Fateweaver's full setup, as does Ivory Tower if Sunspire isn't something you have access to. The peripherals also find some good use. This setup was made with just the Fate boots, helm, and gloves, with the Colosseum armor doing most of the heavy lifting. It's worth noting that the back attachment doesn't share the aforementioned flaws I mentioned about the armor, and while you may have reservations about its extravagant design, the standard quality that we're used to is there. The weapon effect is also a standout. Its warm, soft tones and crisp particles make this one of the best weapon effects we've received in recent memory. My only minor complaint being it doesn't render on the cleaver, but that's neither here nor there. So all things considered, I think the $30 version of this pack is worth it. The back attachment can be used with several other sets and 3D arts to achieve a similar aesthetic to the full set, and the weapon effect is just incredible. The full set, however, I advise just a bit more caution with. If it is something that you really do love as a design, then go for it. However, white holy robes is an aesthetic that GGG tends to reprint quite a lot, so I really don't think you'd be missing much if you were to skip this and wait for the next time the style comes around. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for my video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next armor set.